Hey everybody, and welcome back. It's Matt Malloy with your daily attitude adjustment. Today's video is going to be about changing the way that you see the world and the way that you react to the things that happen to you.
Well, I guess there's a lot of things that start happening. Your hobbies change, your friends change, the way you spend your time changes. The way that you see the world changes in a drastic way when you decide that you're just done with your old life and you want to start a new one. A lot of people aren't going to like you for it either. A lot of people are going to look down on you and criticize you and not understand what you're doing, but that's really not for them to understand. It's your life, and what you decide to do with it is your decision. And the people that want to be there for you will be there for you, and the people that want to support you will support you. And you'll find out who your friends are real quick when you just change your habits and decide to do things differently. And you'll look around and the room may be empty for a while, and you may go through that lonely period in your life where you're not the old you, but you're not the new you either. And until you can get to that point where you're the new you and you're happy with yourself and you have new friends and you have different patterns and you have a changed life, things can be difficult. And what you have to understand is that everybody that changes their life goes through that, and everybody that decides to start new goes through that. It's real hard, and you're going to want to give up at a certain point, but you can't go back on all the progress you made. And a lot of times people are just going to not understand, and it's just okay that they don't understand. You're just going to want different things. You're not going to want to do the same things again. If your goal is to get in better shape and you change that mindset, you're probably going to switch your activities from going out and hanging out with friends to spending more time in the gym. And you're probably going to not be eating out as much, not going and eating fast food as much, as you are going to want to be home meal prepping and doing things like that. So your social life is going to change. And you're also going to reconsider the way that you spend your time and your hobbies. Pursue music if you want to pursue teaching, if you want to pursue speaking, if you want to pursue anything, you have to work hard for it, and you're going to have to sacrifice some things in your old life to get that, because you only have so much time in a day to focus on what you want to do. And if you're a person that wants to change the way they think and change the way they view the world, you're going to have to view it differently. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do it, and then constantly talk about it. Actions are what determine our future, not the words that we say. So you have to be real careful about what you say and who you say it to, because if you say it to the person that's going to hold you accountable, they're going to check on you to make sure you're doing it. If you say you're going to do something, you better be a person of your word. You better stick to it, because that's really all we have. If you truly want to be a different person and you truly want to change, you have to understand that you cannot settle for complacency, and you cannot settle for things the way they are. You have to keep doing better, and you have to keep pushing forward and strive for that excellence in your life. There's no easy way to do it. There's no formula. There's no pill. There's no self-help video. There's nothing you can do to shortcut the work. You have to put in the hours. You have to take care of your responsibilities, and you have to just own up to your situation and take care of it. A lot of people will try to tell you, well, if you do this, or if you say this, or if you listen to this, or if you try this, that this will help you get to where you want to be. And sure, some things are going to be helpful, but at the end of the day, it's the sweat, it's the tears, it's the blood you put into the situation. You cannot shortcut work to be successful in life. A lot of people will start to try to do better. It may last a day, it may last a week, it may last a month, it may last a couple of months. But a lot of people give up because they're not truly dedicated to making a change in life. That's why New Year's resolutions are the same every year. I would dare to say that probably 80% of people make the same resolution every year because they give up on it by the beginning of February. Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to get in shape. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to spend more time with their families. But how many of us actually go out there and do it? Well, we don't. We don't have the mindset to do it. We don't have a perspective of, I need to do these things or I'm not going to make it, because everybody in this world lets you off the hook. One of the things you need to do is you need to find somebody in this life that's not going to let you off the hook. Find one person, maybe two, that can hold you accountable. Share your goals with them and tell them that you want them to check up on you and make sure you're staying accountable to your goals. That is a very good way to make sure that you're following through. Now, the opposite of that is you don't share your goals with everybody. You don't tell everybody what you're doing. You should have your success in silence, and you should let your actions speak for themselves. When you change, people will notice. When your mindset changes, when your attitude shifts, when things in your life are completely different than they used to be 6 months from now, when things in your life are completely different than they were 6 months from now, people will notice. You don't have to tell them. They'll be able to see the change in you. People are pretty observant because that's just the way we are. They may not say anything to you. They may not address it, or they may criticize you for it. Very rarely will they congratulate you unless they're a close friend. But the main reason that they're going to criticize you, or the main reason they're going to ignore you, is because you're shining light on their own inefficiencies, because you had the willpower and determination to change and they didn't, and it makes them feel bad. But you don't respond to that. You don't react to that. The only thing you do is keep encouraging others to do the same thing you're doing, which is growing in a positive way, which is telling others that they can do it, that they can succeed, and being there to help them when they need to. A lot of people have wasted talents. A lot of people don't gain perspective on what they're actually here to do because they just get driven down by the fact, well, I've got to work a job, I've got to do this, I've got to do that because I have to make money. And yeah, that's important. You have to provide, and you have to have a job, and you have to do things to provide financially for yourself and your family. But there's 24 hours in a day, and at the most you're probably working 12 hours. That leaves you 12 hours of the day left over. You sleep for 8. You spend 2 hours with your family after work. That gives you 2 hours a day to work on your passions. 2 hours a day times 365. Do the math. That's a lot of time to work on your passion. Get your passion out there. If your passion is serving, go to a soup kitchen. If your passion is teaching, go to join a youth group. If your passion is leadership, start a group of men that lead, a group of women that lead. If your passion is to inspire others, then inspire others. It doesn't take much to get started. It's absolutely free to use your talents because they're God-given. No one can take them away from you, and no one can change them. God gave you talents in this life, and you have to figure out what they are, and you have to use them. And saying you don't have time is not an excuse. You have plenty of time. You just think that you don't because the world's told you, well, you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to do this, and you need to be there for this. I get it. Life is busy. Everybody has a busy life, but there is time outside of work. You have time for your family, and you have time to sleep, and if you don't, then you're sleeping too much. Maybe you need to get up a little earlier, go to bed a little later. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're going to be tired. But I will tell you this, when you're doing something you're truly passionate about, you don't feel fatigued. You feel like you want to keep going, you're engaged, and you want to do your best. If you're not sure what you're supposed to do, pray about it. Ask God to give you guidance on what He thinks you need to be doing right now. Ask Him to provide a path, to make a way for you to find your niche in life, to find your inspiration, to find your gift that you have to persevere in this world, and then do it. And then you'll be so surprised at how your whole perspective on this world will change once you're doing something you're happy about. People are miserable because they do things they don't love. They do things they're not passionate about. And for a while, yeah, you have to do that. You have to grind through, and you have to do the hard work, and you have to do the things that you're not necessarily happy about. Everybody's always going to tell you a lot of things in life you're going to do aren't going to make you happy. But it's a very sad life if you don't do anything that makes you happy. You have to find something in life that brings you happiness and then just go and do it. And if the people in your life don't understand why you're doing it, and you explain it to them. Explain to why you're doing the things you're doing that makes you happy. Tell them it's your passion. Tell them you feel like it's your calling. It doesn't matter. And if they get in your way, tell them to politely move. Tell them to get out of your way. You're doing this. You're not taking their negative criticism. You're not taking their self-doubt and projecting it on yourself. You're not going to sit here and do things the way that they think you need to do them. You're going to do things the way you need to do, because ultimately, if you fail, it's on you. If you succeed, it's on you. But guess what? If you fail, they're going to tell you how you did it wrong anyway. They're not going to be there to say, oh, well, at least you tried. They're going to tell you what they would have done differently when they haven't done anything at all. That's just stupid. And whatever you decide to do it to the best of your abilities. Don't go into it with a mindset of, I'm just going to try. You know, we'll quote Yoda from Star Wars here, do or do not, there is no try. And I'm not really a big Star Wars fan, but hey, I mean, if it fits. You know, but it's the truth, though. People will go into a situation thinking that they're going to try for about a week, and then they don't get any results. I worked hard for a week and nothing happened. Oh, no. Work hard for another week. Work hard for another 2 weeks. Work hard for another 6 months. Work hard for a year. Results aren't instant. You get out of it what you put into it, and if you're putting in minimal effort, you're going to get minimal results. If you put in maximum effort, I promise you'll get maximum results. Nobody who ever spent a year of their life doing something didn't achieve their goals. You cannot sit here and say that it didn't work after only trying for a week, a month. it doesn't work. You have to put in all of the time you have to make things successful. And whatever you decide to do, do it cheerfully. If it doesn't feel right to you, then it probably isn't. If it's dragging you down, making yourself get up and do these things that you've decided to do, it's probably not the right thing for you. When you figure out what it is that you're meant to do here on this earth and what it is, you'll do it cheerfully because it's going to make your spirit move. It's going to make your soul happy. You're going to find the peace of, yeah, this feels great. I like doing this. I enjoy it, and it makes me happy to do this every day. If you don't have those feelings, you're not doing the right thing. Maybe you need to pray on it a little more. Maybe you need to shift gears. Maybe you need to sit down and evaluate how you're approaching it. But when you look at everything from a different perspective, you're going to figure it out. You have to change your mindset and say, I don't want to spend the rest of my life miserable. I don't want to spend the rest of my life in the dark. I want to figure out what my passion is, and I want to pursue it. If you can't, then you got a lot bigger problems, and we'll address those later on. But if you can, sit down with yourself, shut off all your distractions. How I kind of figured out what I wanted to do is I sat down, I turned off the TV, I turned off the cell phone, I turned off the music, and I turned off the lights in my room. And I sat there for an hour, and I talked to myself, and I said, what is it that makes me happy? What do I want to do? What do I feel like I need to be doing that I'm not? And you'll be really surprised at the thoughts that will come into your head. And it's a pretty good way to guide yourself towards your goals and towards your passion. I just want everybody to feel like they have value. There is a purpose for you in this world. Even if you don't know what it is yet, there is one for you. But you're not going to find it if you don't go looking for it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.